Hello, Zuko here. It is time for my very, very tired September TBR. I have still eye makeup on from my day, but I took everything else off. But I was like, I'm gonna film a video. I'm gonna keep the eye makeup on. So I'm filming this so I can be done with it. Okay, so we're gonna talk about the books that I want to read in the month of September. I'm pretty sure if you've seen any of my recent videos, you can guess what my first read / 3 reads are gonna be. And then the rest of them, I think I just want to try and catch up on some fantasy that I haven't read yet, because I keep getting fantasy books that aren't really on my radar that I'm not sure I actually want in book boxes. So yeah, let's start at the beginning. A very good place to start. And that of course means rereading Gideon the Ninth and Harold the Ninth to prepare for Nona the Ninth's release this month. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to reread these. I've been wanting to reread them, but I'm like, okay, I have to wait. Like, it's only fair. We don't want to do 2 rereads. Maybe we do, but we have a bunch of unread books that we have to do that first. So yeah, I'm so excited. I'm sure you've heard of these books. I'm so excited to read these again. And I'm so excited to finally get to read Nona, because I'm just like I'm vibrating with excitement of reading more of this series. So yeah, there's these. Next I have The Merciful Crow by Margaret Owen. This is a duology, and I believe Margaret Owen wrote Little Thieves, which was a book that I really enjoyed. And I've heard people who really enjoyed Little Thieves didn't all like this, but I want to give it a chance because I own both of them. And yeah, I'm not really sure what it's about, aside from it's like a fantasy duology. I hope I like them, but I have no idea. Then I have Blood Scion by Deborah Fillet, I think. This was a Illumicrate, maybe? Or Fairy Loot, I don't remember. Fairy Loot. This is a Fairy Loot edition of this book. Is it pretty on the underside? Ooh! I do love a book where the dust jacket matches the naked hardback. Big fan of that. I think this is about people with powers of some sort, but I'm not sure. And I would like to read this because it was not on my radar. So it's not one of the books that I feel like I'm going to prioritize if I don't make an active point of it. Like, I feel like it's going to sit on my shelves unread forever because it wasn't something I was excited about. So I want to get this read to know what it's about. It sounds like it could be really good, so I'm kind of excited. I did search it on Goodreads semi-recently, but I don't remember what it was about. So yeah, we're gonna read this one. I got The Ivory Key by Ashaya Rahman. This is an Indian-inspired fantasy. This is the first book in a duology, and I don't like keeping paperbacks. I don't like owning paperbacks. I try not to. This came in an Illumicrate box, apparently, and like, I just kind of want to read this so that I can pass it along, because I don't really care to have a paperback book on my shelf. And if I really like it, I will buy it in hardback. Though, I don't know. I feel like I think this is a YA fantasy. And I just feel like right now, YA fantasy is at a place where all of the stories are like the same. And maybe I just don't love high fantasy as much as I thought maybe I was going to. So I spent a long time thinking I hated fantasy. And then I started getting into fantasy and I was like, oh, I like it. Then I read more of it. I'm like, oh, a lot of it's like really cut and paste. So I just haven't been reaching for like YA fantasy as much. Hence why I'm trying to read a bunch of it. And yeah, I got this book. Don't really want a paperback book. So yeah. And then I have an old, I want to say BookTube favorite, but I don't remember if everybody actually liked it or if everyone was paid to say they liked it but then found it really boring. But I have 3 Dark Crowns by Kendar Blake. This is the first in, I don't remember if it's 4 books or what, but I believe this is set in a fantasy world where there are every queen has 3 daughters, and each daughter is like good at one thing, ? And they like are all separated and like sent to different places to master that one skill, and eventually they all have to kill each other until only one is left. I think that's what it's about. I remember some people really not liking it because it was really boring and slow, apparently. I don't know. I have never read it, but I have the first one, and I usually have completed series even if I haven't read them. So the fact that I only managed to own one of these 4, I think, books is truly impressive. But yeah, owning only one of them kind of makes me want to read it more, because then it's really easy to get rid of it if I don't like it. and not feel like I should, oh, maybe I should pick up the other 3 if I ever saw them on sale. Like if I saw them at my used bookstore, I would be very tempted, having owned the first one without reading it, to pick up the others. So I think I should read this so that I don't impulse buy more books that I maybe don't need. So yeah, these are 6, I think. 6 of the 7 books that I plan on reading in the month of September. I'm so glad we are hitting fall. We keep hitting like a bunch of mini heat waves, and it keeps being in like the really late 20s, really early 30s, and that's just too hot for me. So yeah, I'm excited to get some fall reading done, and I'm very excited to do my Halloween TBR, but that's not for another month. So yeah, these are all the books I want to read in the month of September. Let me know down below if there's a book that you're really excited to read in September, and then let me know why it's Nona the Ninth. And I'll see you whenever I do my next video.